Have you ever thought about getting a planner made specifically for authors? Well, I found two on Amazon, so I thought I'd check them out. There really aren't a lot, but I did find the 2018 Author Life Planner from Bria Quinlan. I don't know if she's coming out with the 2019 version, but this was the only one that I saw online, and the Novel Planner by Kristen Kiever. So let's check them out and see what you get inside. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa, best-selling co-author of the Snow and Her Seven Seals series, and on this channel I talk all about romance writing, specifically for newbie and aspiring romance authors. So if this sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every Monday. Now, if you have seen my other channel, Pretty Fabulous Designs, you'll know that I am a graphic designer specifically who teaches other creatives how to make planners. So I was super excited to find out that there were planners made for authors. Now, these are going to both be a self-published book. Now, I know when you think of planners, sometimes you probably think of this O-coil with the hardcover in the front and then typical pages in the inside where you can lay it flat. So this is not that. These are just self-published books that happen to be called planners. So let's check out what's inside and what you get with each. Now, I will say these were both available from Amazon, so I imagine they were print on demand. This was $20 and this one was $18. This came from Amazon just like this as is. There's no plastic wrap or anything else on it. It's obviously self-published, nothing wrong with that. It's just that for planners, I don't know that a self-published binding is the best just because it's hard to write in. But let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside. And this was made in 2017. It's obviously the 2018 planner. I did not see a 2019 planner from her. Here's a little note from her. And 2017, so a little bit talking just about her own self and how she gets things done, and I guess examples of how to dream big. How big can accomplish, how big can you dream? I'm sorry, that goes, it's left to right. It's a sentence that goes left to right. And then she has accomplish, have, learn, see, do, give. I'm actually not sure what you're supposed to do there. And then your ideas. So she just kind of has gray areas. I don't want to push that down. Someday, maybe. And then she has task tracker. And she has over here a little key, stars, a check mark, an arrow, non-producing time, a smiley face for family life, and an unhappy face for family lifetime you want to review. And over here she has tasks for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Honestly, I'm not sure how to use this task tracker. Let's see, over the next week, take the following pages to track your time. Okay, so she's broken each day into a 30-minute increment, and I guess it doesn't matter when during the day it happened. You're just supposed to write down what you did for, say, 30 minutes. Like I took a shower, I guess I ate breakfast, or I helped the kids get dressed, or I gave the kids a bath. So she has you tracking it for a week and then just summarizing, I guess, your findings. And then over here we jump into financial sources, and she's going to talk about your income. And over here we're talking about priorities and duties. So your task lists, and then valuing work. So it looks like she's talking about urgency, finding out if something is urgent in your world is your job, you run your business. So just her thoughts on that. This is a classic quadrant that you see from Franklin Covey on urgency versus importance. And then over here we have prioritizing. So she's telling you to go back through all of those lists that you made before and start prioritizing your lists into, I guess, your top 10. And then mapping them, going back to this page and mapping them into one of these 4 quadrants. So for example, if you have something that's not important, but is very urgent. So let's say it's laundry, right? It's not that important in the grand scheme of things, but it's pretty urgent because you have clothes that are in the, I guess, the wash that need to be rotated to the dryer. Maybe it's a bad example, but that is kind of how you use that quadrant. And then she talks about SMART goals, which I kind of feel like we all know SMART goals. And then she has guiding principles. And she's talking about taking your guiding principles and writing them down. So going through your values and priorities, which she calls your GPs. And then we talk about task return on investment. So helping you to decide if you're working on the right stuff. So how much time did you spend on a particular task, and how much did you make from it, and what should you adjust? And then handling things, how to delegate, get rid of stuff, maybe ramp up. Maybe your ROI is low because you're not putting enough time into it. Or don't break it. You know what they say, don't fix what ain't broke. So are you working on the right stuff? So I guess if you are, then everything is fine. And this is process. So this talks about you finish your process, finishes after the launch. Knowing your particulars will help you time things and set up your calendar for success and lower your stress, or at least let you know your high stress points are. So ready, aim, brand. In the Zero to Plan workshops, one of the exercises that always resonates with attendees is building their marketing pyramids. So she must have a workshop on her site, I haven't looked, called Zero to Plan. And over here, she's talking about her hot shifters and PNR. Oh, I see, hot shifters. It's for a romance book. It sounds like romance, right? Shifters, werewolves, dragons, paranormal, romance, traditional, indie publishing. I don't really understand this chart, but that's okay. Let's see, the top of the pyramid, your capstone should be throwing red flags all over your playing field. One capstone is narrowly thinking too narrowly. So I guess you should not worry about doing hot shifters, if I'm understanding this right. Multiple capstone examples. Let's go with Cressley Cole's book, A Hunger Like No Other. Just grabbing a summary review will help if you have no idea what Miss Cole writes. Wow, I got to the last capstone and realized I could do at least 6 more for this particular book. Once you get started, you'll find categories you hadn't realized you had. Come at your capstones from as many directions as possible. Need some ideas? How about these? Characters, settings, themes, voice, tone, actions, plot points, tropes, taboos. So I guess this is how she must plan her book, how we market as authors. So she's giving you some areas, I guess, to write your own capstones. And then she's talking about how to utilize them. And then we're talking about the dollar tank, cash on hand, calendar math, 2018 deadlines. We got 2018 at a glance over here. And then over here we have, I guess, where you can put your schedule from 5 a.m. to 10. Pull it together. What are your hard deadlines based on your SMART goals? What are some personal deadlines that you have? What you do, where you're going. And then we jump right into a monthly at a glance for January, which she split on 2 pages. Again, it's going to be a little hard to write on Wednesday because of the way the spine is. We have captured ideas, fill your well, scribble pad, January 1st through the 7th. So we go Monday through Sunday. And then over here we have January 8th through the 4th. So she has, I think now we get into this rinse and repeat cycle. Yeah. So the rest of the book is exactly the same. We have a quadrant here for writing, marketing and business, life and joy, and they both say focus and goal. You have a tiny, tiny little area here to write tasks, if you can even write inside that margin because it's so small. And these lines are really thin. And then you have some notes section at the bottom, and then you have a Monday through Sunday, which, you know, just something to get used to. I think as for me, I don't know if it's American or just because I'm older, but I'm used to a Sunday through Saturday schedule. That's just how I am. But everyone is different. Obviously, she likes the Monday. And then you get this month in review. So you talk about your financials, you talk about your goals in terms of words or your page goal and what you completed, and then success celebrations, learning and adjustments for next month, and then writing, editing goals, trackers. I guess you could, as you're going through each day, you should flip back to this last page and fill this out. And then a section for notes. So we rinse and repeat. We do this all the way through the entire year. And then at the very end, she has the secret page. You've made it to this page, congrats. And then she has a wrap it up. So she want you to talk about your biggest accomplishments, things you're most proud of. So just a couple sentences about the year. And then in retrospect, my guiding principles were the core base of my decision-making process for the year and were defined as, again, you can write them over here. She talks about these capstones again. Oh, top 3 capstone focuses for the year. Maybe I didn't understand that. I thought it was capstones for the book. And then over here we have, in retrospect, some major changes I instituted when shifted how I did things, delegated, tossed, ramped up, financial wrap up. And then over here we have your 2019 at a glance. Now the only tough part about this is I don't know what day is Saturday. I don't know what day is Sunday. I don't know what day is Monday. You know, previously in her weekly layouts, she did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. So the only thing tough about these annual at a glance, the 2018 in the beginning and this 2019, is I don't know what day is Sunday to her and I don't know what day is Monday. So, yeah, it's a little confusing. And, oh wait, and also, I guess it doesn't matter. I take that back because it looks like over here, every single day starts on a Sunday or a Monday. So, I really don't understand this calendar at all. And then over here you have some areas to put 2019, and then you have appendix, you have a launch list, I guess for your, I don't know if this is for your book, disaster draft, calendar map, Pinterest board, first draft, let it sit, second draft, revision cards. So she has 2 lists over here, and I guess this is your weeks. So week 1 and 2, week 3, week 4. So in theory, it will take you 24 weeks after doing your first draft in 2 weeks for your book to get on BookBub. So or for your book to go live. And then a little thank you, and then about Bria. Yeah, so she is Rita. She's romance. She writes rom-coms. And oh, look at that. We have the same background. She's an HR director. I was an HR director as well. And you get a couple blank pages, and that's it. This book came just like this. It's obviously self-published, so nothing wrong with that. This is Kristen Kiefer, writer of speculative fiction and creative writing resources. So this is a daily planner for authors, and it's undated. So let's open it up, and she made this in 2017. And we have a welcome, we have a reference guide, we have monthly and weekly calendars, brainstorming, and yearly achievement trackers. So 161 pages, so it's pretty long. So over here, she's going to give you steps on your planner, telling you, welcome to your planner. She has 6 steps for you. A professional writer is an amateur who didn't quit. Little quote over here. All black and white. So if you're a dude, this would be very, I guess, gender friendly. Or gender neutral, I guess I should say. So here's your project. You put your genre, projected word count, summary of it, your outline, the character list, the settings, themes, motifs. So this is just interesting how everyone does this. I guess this is just a really quick spread. My outlines are usually like 25 pages. Character sketches. Now my character sketches are like a paragraph. I don't spend a lot of time on this, but there is a ton. I think I saw there was a book. It was like how to create memorable characters, and it was really good, but it was like 45 pages for one character. That to me just seems crazy town. So she has a different page for 3 different character sketches, and then over here you have project goals, and then over here you have project marketing strategy, so you're already thinking about your marketing. Project title. Okay, so now we're just moving on to a second book. So it looks like for each book you get the same thing, those character sketches, your goals, and your marketing. So you have 2 books here that you can write, another whole page quote, and then we get in the monthly and weekly planners. Now remember, this is undated, so you'll have to do your own. And again, huge pet peeve of mine, I'm just not a fan of starting a month on a Monday. I'm used to the traditional where the month starts on a Sunday. So I would never use this, or I would relabel these, because I always, when I try to use these monthlies that are set up with Mondays, I always accidentally just assume it's Sunday and write the wrong thing, and I just never make the right appointments. So she has goals, tasks, accomplishments, reminders, space to put your monthly focus. She has a quote down here from Joss Whedon, another one from Dana Bate. And it looks like we go through, and she does this again, rinse and repeat for 12 months that start on a Monday. And then over here, we get into the weeklies, which it says, here's your Monday, your daily accomplishment, I guess your one thing, and then just an area just to write stuff. So we get Monday through Sunday, and then over here on the right, we have a personal to-do list, work to-do list, project to-do list. Again, these have to be really tiny tasks because you just get, these are 3 columns, so not a lot of space. Weekly accomplishments, talks about your word count, and then just an area, a blank space, and a quote from Stephen King here at the bottom. So she did a good job on putting quotes at the bottom of each of her things. It looks like we're just going to do a rinse and repeat schedule again. I bet we have probably 52 of these for each week. And then when we get to the very last page, we get to this section called Welcome to Brainstorming and Resources Center. And over here we have story ideas. Again, I guess this is just, if you come up with story ideas while you're writing your other stuff or you just want to capture them. You have areas for, so this is a little interesting. So over here you have a lot of space for this story idea, but over here maybe you don't want to write as much. I don't know why. This one's just smaller, but it looks like that you get 1, 2 big ones, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 story ideas you can record on the right page. And then a TBR list for books you want to read, title, author, genre, and then just some blank pages that she's calling sketch space. And then over here we have welcome to your yearly achievements tracker. And inside here we have date, achievement, reward, celebrating achievements. And then did you have an amazing year? And then her website. So, and then just the copyright page. So that's it. So what'd you think? I think if you want a classic coil binding like this is not going to be the planner for you because these don't lay flat. You'd have to, it's just a little bit more difficult to write in. Not saying impossible. Also just for a calendar, and I don't know, I think a lot of people maybe do this the first time. It has the dates, but there's no, it's not aligned with Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It just tells you how many days are in the month, and that's kind of it. So just something to keep in mind, but I do like the fact that it is a planner made for authors, and it's trying to help you think about books, and it does go through the whole year in kind of a weekly format. This one was a little different. Now, the thing to note about both of these are they were black and white. This one is undated, remember, so you could kind of just jump in and use it whenever you want. So it's kind of, you know, just able to be used at any point in time. It's like an infinity planner. It doesn't have a date like the other 2018 one. But again, if these are, there weren't a lot of things that were very specific to helping you, I think, throughout the year and maybe more with your business. In this one, it was more just, I would say this one is probably just more of a daily tracker, and it just had kind of one area for your word count and then one area for a scene per week. So, you know, that might be a little tough if you are like me and you try to get books done in a month. This might not be the best format for you, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you thought, and, you know, really what you would want to see or were expecting to see in a planner made specifically for authors. All right, I hope everyone is having a great happily ever after day, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.